Okay, welcome back everybody to the broadcast here for Goffstown Grizzlies girls lacrosse team versus the Hollis-Brookline Cavaliers. Sorry for the delay. We had to wait on some official changes, but we are going to be able to get the game underway. Again, just a reminder, a little bit of a different TV setup for today. We have a manual camera at a little bit of a lower angle, so some different TV angles for today. You have a very novice person working the camera, and he will do his best to try to broadcast and do the game at the same time. With that in mind, too, I apologize to any of the Hollis-Brookline parents that will be watching the game. I do not have a roster, so I will just be calling out some numbers in terms of play-by-play game action. And if it gets a little too overwhelming as we go, we may just go a little bit silent and let game action just dictate itself. So in the draw circle, we have Sydney Lavoie for the Grizzlies. Ball's up. And Ella Coletti with the draw win. And Grizzlies moving down into their offensive set. And again, apologize for any herky-jerkiness of the camera as we go. Ball out to Trinity Lund. And Goffstown Grizzlies being patient, getting into their offensive set. A little bit of a long delay here for both teams. Just making sure they get a chance to kind of get some comfort level. Goffstown probably giving themselves a little bit to get some touches here just so everybody gets some comfort level. Sydney Lavoie trying to find an opening. A little bit of pressure. And passes out to the outside. Ball down through X. Goffstown Grizzlies being very patient here. Pass up to a cutter. Trinity Lund, shot. And backed up by Lily Connor. Good first attempt there by the Grizzlies. Ball back in from X. Ball up top. Peyton Duff found an opening. Looks like a sphere call, and that's going to create an 8-meter shot. Peyton Duff for an 8-meter shot. Drives in, avoids the contact, and goal. Right up top, Peyton Duff off the 8-meter unassisted. Grizzlies are up 1-0. Apologize about the clock and the overlay here. I'll try to get the time on here correctly. We're at 10:04 here in the first period. And Sydney Lavoie, Trinity Lund, and Ella Coletti in on the circle. And redraw. Ball squirts out. And Hollis-Brookline on the draw control. Apologize too, we'll be battling the sun on this side of the field for the rest of the time. Hollis-Brookline, their first chance at an offensive set here. Probably going to take a patient route and trying to test that middle. Sees a cutter, a little bit of an overthrow, and some contact. Goffstown called for the contact there. We're going to slow things up. That's going to put Hollis-Brookline on the 8-meter line here. And shot. Went wide of the cage. And we had a block there on Hollis-Brookline, so that'll be white ball, Grizzly ball. And ball out to Sydney Lavoie. Again, I apologize. You have a novice doing this camera. I will do my best. Sydney Lavoie bring the ball down the side, looking to get Grizzlies into their offensive set. Over to Lily Connor. And ball back behind X to Ella Coletti. Ella Coletti scanning the field, looking for any cutters. Decides to go up top. Thea Susi over to Sydney Lavoie, trying to find an opening. Lily Connor with a flip. And tried to face dodge there. A little bit of contact there. Called for an extension. That'll be white ball. And again, new this year, there's no indirect where you have to be able to pass out of the indirect. So as long as there's a clear lane, you are allowed to go to cage. Ball out to Sydney Lavoie. And up top to Peyton Duff. Out to Sydney Lavoie, down the side, Ella Coletti, eyes up, looking for cutters. And looking to be able to come back up top. Lily Connor with the ball, sees a potential opening, closed off by Hollis-Brookline, good defense. Feed inside. A little bit of an overthrow, and Hollis-Brookline with the ground ball and looking to clear. Good speed right up the field here. Trying to get right into an offensive set, no opening. Slowed down the fast break, and Hollis-Brookline looking to get into their offensive set. A little bit of pressure. Grizzlies marked up, and Hollis looking to ISO, and shooting space called. So that'll create an 8-meter for Hollis-Brookline here again. Trying to cash in on this opportunity. Dominic Webb had a piece of it. Just unfortunately, it scooted right into that goal. So Hollis-Brookline ties up the game 1-1. And the ball back in the draw circle. And Trinity Lund with the draw. And Sydney Lavoie with the draw win with a good ground ball there. Grizzlies getting into their offensive set. Ella Coletti down to, looks like an overthrow. A little bit of an overthrow. That's a turnover for the Grizzlies. Hollis-Brookline taking the ball off the end line. Hollis-Brookline looking to change fields. And good defense there by the Grizzlies, getting the player to turn. stop that offensive kind of fast break. Hollis-Brookline here again looking to get into their offensive set. Number 11 up top. Hollis-Brookline looking to spread them out, trying to find some gaps in space. And good drive, Dom Webb with a save. And scooted in there by McKenna Fisher over to Dominic Webb. Good recover for Goffstown here, trying to be able to clear the ball. Dom Webb. And unfortunately bounced off there off Ella Coletti. Turnover for the Grizzlies. Ball right back to Hollis-Brookline. And another save by Dom Webb right on the doorstep. See if the Grizzlies can convert this and change this and get this ball out. And ball up to Ella Coletti. See if she can clear the ball here. A little bit of contact. And looks like a hold call. Goffstown tried to get that out and lost the ball on the pass. And push here for a little bit of an offensive set and an offensive fast break here for Hollis-Brookline. Hollis-Brookline trying that top corner again. Looking across the top, seeing if they can drive to that right side. Seen some strength out of their players coming this way. Looking to see if they can set up 2-on-1 or get the drive. And that's number 11 for Hollis-Brookline. Put that in that top left corner. Nice shot. That puts Hollis-Brookline up 2-1. 2-1. And sorry about the clock kind of jumping time here versus counting down on the screen. Again, you have a very novice camera person juggling a camera, announcing, and also trying to get your overlay on the screen for you guys. So Trinity Lund in the draw circle out there with Ella Coletti and Sydney Lavoie. And flipped over to Ella Coletti. Draw win for Ella Coletti. And Goffstown trying to get down into their offensive set. Goffstown's done really well this year, kind of holding on to possession of the ball, making sure that they choose their opportunities when they want to enter the zone, giving everybody a chance to get a touch here. Trinity Lund with the ball, kind of searching for an open spot. Picking for Sydney Lavoie, peels. And Lily Connor up top with the ball. Trying to find an opening. A little bit of a heavy cradle. Unfortunately, just lost the ball there. Hollis-Brookline trying to push the ball. Some transition here. Diasusi trying to get that ball. And a little bit of pressure. Sorry, guys, again for the camera work here. Doing my best. Hollis-Brookline caused the turnover, was able to get it back and push it into a zone for a good clear. Looking backside. And Hollis-Brookline again in the zone, seeing if they can come over the top. Having some success there, being able to set up their defenders as to who's switching and taking that person driving the ball. Number 16 coming across the top. Number 11 here. Pick and peel. Good look. And good save there by Dom Webb. However, there was a delayed call because there was a sphere check. But since the player is still going towards the cage, they're allowed a continuance. So that's going to put Hollis-Brookline on the 8-meter line. That's number 16. And shot, and bounce shot, and score for Hollis-Brookline, number 16. That'll put the Cavaliers up 3-1. Trying to update the clock here for you guys. We got 1:11 left. And ball squirts out. Hollis-Brookline with the draw win. And Ella Coletti with a good defensive pressure, getting the defensive player to turn. Good external pressure here by the Grizzlies, trying to see if they can cause a turnover. Cavaliers up 3-1 with 44 seconds left here in the half. Sorry again about the clock and the overlay. Try to say that out every so often here. And Hollis-Brookline with a drive to the net. And looks like the ball squirted out. Thought the Grizzlies wouldn't get that there, but they call an empty check. So another check on there. So that'll put Hollis on the 8-meter yet again. I think I found a little bit of a formula here, being able to drive in. And number 8 on the 8-meter. Found some space right at the end. She took it right up to the goal crease. Was able to reach back and put it on that left side of the cage. That puts the Cavaliers up 4-1. And there's 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cavaliers are ahead 4-1 over the Grizzlies. And ball was up. And number 11 for Hollis-Brookline with the draw win. A little bit of mishandle there by Hollis, but kind of finding that favorite starting point from there. That kind of top left corner gives their middies a chance to drive to their right side, looking like their strong side. Looks like a pass. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. And we'll take a 2-minute break here, and your Goffstown Grizzlies are down right now to the Hollis-Brookline Cavaliers, who are winning 4-1. And we'll be right back. Okay, and welcome back, everybody, to our girls lacrosse varsity contest with the Goffstown Grizzlies versus the Hollis-Brookline Cavaliers. And looks like some changes here to the draw circle. Looks like Ella Coletti is going to be in taking the draw. And Sydney Lavoie and Trinity Lunn on the outside. Ball squirted out right to Sydney Lavoie. Good job by the Grizzlies there. Catch that direct possession. Sorry, a little delay on the overlay screen for the time. And the Grizzlies up top. Trinity Lunn over to Ella Coletti. Over to Sydney Lavoie. Ball down to the side. Again, Grizzlies trying to get some touches here, get everybody comfortable with the ball. Sydney Lavoie trying to find a lane, find some cutters. Try to feed that inside to Peyton Duff. Little heavy traffic in there. Ball's up. And Ella Coletti finds that one. Over to Sydney Lavoie, finds some space. Good defense there by the Cavaliers, but called for an extension. Looks like that will put Sydney Lavoie on the 8-meter line. And she comes down, shot. Looks like that was saved by the Cavaliers, and they backed that up. So that means they will retain possession. Self-start situation, and Cavaliers are looking to change sides of the field, see if they can push the ball up the field. That ball caught in the sun. That's a little tough. Being able to see Ella Coletti up to Sydney Lavoie. And I believe that was shooting space that was called. This will put Sydney Lavoie back on the 8-meter line again. Opportunity to be able to score. Whistle blown. Drives right in. Sydney Lavoie stuffs that one home. Nice job by the Grizzlies. Good ride, being able to get the turnover and then create some offense off that play. Goffstown Grizzlies have now closed the gap to 2. Girls lacrosse game can be kind of funny that way. It can be a game of runs, especially in the draw circle here where you can make it and take it. It's kind of the saying that they'll use. And little miscue there by the Grizzlies, but it looks like Ella Coletti was able to find it, pull it up. And Ella Coletti pushed the ball up to Sydney Lavoie, and Goffstown looking to get into their offensive set again. Apologize, everybody. I'm dealing with sun glare as well, so hopefully this is on frame for you. Lily Connor pushed it over to Abby Dubriel. Ball up to Sydney Lavoie. It's been showing a lot of patience, a lot of calmness here, being able to help set up the offensive sets here for the Grizzlies. Looking for cutters. Natural lefty, she's driving to that side, looks up, finds Abby Dubriel. And goal, Sydney Lavoie to Abby Dubriel. Great look inside, way to be patient and find that cutter. And that closes the gap for the Grizzlies to 1 goal. Great patience by the Grizzlies, way to be able to look inside. Sydney Lavoie finding Abby Dubriel on the cut. Great catch, in space. Contested a little bit there, and Abby showing a lot of patience being able to drive that home. Grizzlies have now brought the score within 1. And Ella Coletti in the draw circle. Trinity Lunn on the outside, Sydney Lavoie on the outside. And that'll be a redraw. The official felt like that didn't go up high enough, and we're at 9:18 here in the second quarter. Again, sorry about the overlay, but I'll try to reiterate the time so you have more of an accurate representation. And ball squirted out. And looks like Hollis-Brookline quicker to the ball there, gets the ground ball. We're heading in the wrong direction. Good ride by the Grizzlies on that far sideline. Looks like they just caused the ball to get on the ground. Lily Connor fighting. And White going through the sphere there. Sorry about the zoom. And Hollis-Brookline with a successful clear, moving the ball into their offensive zone. Little flip up top. Let's see if Hollis-Brookline kind of goes with the same kind of pattern that they had before. They tried to utilize that top left corner, top left area. That way they can drive to the right side, their strong side. Peyton Duff looking like she's overplaying that right side a little bit. Number 11 still pushed there. Drew the other defender, and we have shooting space call. So the game has been a series of 8 meters here, so some opportunities for both teams being able to actually try to get up and score. And Hollis-Brookline drives right in, good hard shot, puts it in for the goal. That'll put the Cavaliers up 5-3. And we have 7:42 here left in the second period. .742 here left in the second period. The Cavaliers up 5-3 over the Grizzlies. All right, Ella Coletti out on the draw circle. And Hollis-Brookline looking really kind of playing some. And looks like a push call called on White, and so it'll be blue ball. Hollis-Brookline showing the same kind of patience, just trying to get in their offensive set. Number 11 has kind of driven that up the top, really working that two-man game, when we call them pick and peels or pick and cuts afterwards, and really trying to find that person dashing in after they set the pick or they set that screen. Good movement here off ball for the Cavaliers. Nice hard cut, number 11, trying to find that open space. Number 11 here, really quarterbacking the offense, trying to drive and find the open cutters. And a little bit of an overthrow. And nice bump there by Laura Cuddy over to Dominic Webb to gain possession. So what the official just called there was Dominic Webb had possession. She stepped out of the crease and then stepped back in. The goalie's allowed to re-enter the crease as long as she's physically played by the other team. So where she was just kind of passing in that moment, that creates a violation. So that's a turnover for the Grizzlies, back to the Cavaliers. And again, number 11 here has kind of been that quarterback for the Cavaliers offense. Really trying to find that area, being able to get into the zone. She's carried it all the way to X. So she's done a lot of work up top finding cutters. Let's see how she does looking from X here, finding the cutters from up top. Number 7 here for Hollis, definitely showing a very high motor here. A lot of off-ball work and movement. Hollis showing a lot of patience here behind with no pressure by the Grizzlies right now, so they have to really kind of watch the cutters. And that drive looks like a little bit of a shovel shot there. And that looks to be white ball, white possession. Nice save by Dominic Webb. Okay, so White with a turnover because they ran straight in from out of bounds. You need to set your feet before you turn and come into out of bounds. That's a procedure. So the Grizzlies kind of causing some extra defensive sets for themselves here, making some good defensive stands and then having the turnovers down low. Hollis-Brookline again looking to see if they can attack that top zone and find the cutters coming through. Hollis really kind of pulling the defenders out. Look at all that space that they have there. pulling the Grizzlies all the way out to the 12. Again, Hollis, good ball control here. 3:55 left here in the second quarter. Just trying to find their right offensive opportunity, showing a lot of patience. Ella Coletti pressing out. Grizzlies, good job showing some good patience here. Number 8 trying to drive in. Left that stick hanging. Good check by the Grizzlies, but the Cavaliers were able to scoot it and get it back. Now looking for the odd man opportunity to see if they can drive again. Good check again there by the Grizzlies, getting the ball on the ground. That's an empty check and turnover for the Cavaliers. Great defensive stand for the Grizzlies. Multiple defensive stands there and being able to get possession of the ball. Ball pushed up. And Lily Connor with the shot there and saved by number 24, the Cavalier goalie. Apologize, friends and family. We're going to be dealing with some sunshine issues down on this side. And we have a timeout call here. Looks like blue. Okay. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Zoom in here. Sorry. 2:52 here left in the second quarter. Cavaliers were able to stop that quick drive by the Grizzlies. Nice save by the Cavalier goalie and push it out to the side. Quick thinking by the coach with the extended pressure. She called timeout, and we will be back in just a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody, from that timeout. Blue called the timeout. There's 2:52 here left in the second quarter. Cavaliers up 5-3. And good pressure here by the Grizzlies, trying to see if they can cause a turnover here deep. Getting that ball back. Good trap there by the Grizzlies. Looks like a little bit too heavy a contact. And the ball pushed back again by the Grizzlies, seeing if they can try to cause a turnover here again deep. Cavaliers, nice job being able to change sides of the field. It usually creates more space. Good ride here, good heavy pressure by the Grizzlies. And the Cavaliers finding that open girl on the opposite side. Good ride there by the Grizzlies. Not making it easy for the Cavaliers to get it up the field. Number 20 moving the ball into the zone for the Cavaliers. And Hollis-Brookline has 1:50 here. They have a lot of opportunities to do some things here. Either try to go to cage, see if they can put one up really quickly here, or try to control the clock going into halftime and still go for that extra goal advantage here. Seeing if they can put themselves up by 3 going into halftime. Good drive down the middle. And number 20 stuffs that home. I apologize, not number 20, number 16 for Hollis-Brookline. Hollis-Brookline found that opening right down the middle. Took it right to cage. And with the overlay there, that was Samantha Smith with a goal. And back out to the draw circle. 1:31 here left in the period. And good ground ball there by the Cavaliers. Again, what we kind of say, make it take it. Oh, a little bit of an overthrow. Gabby Millis and Peyton Duff with a ground ball. Grizzlies here. 1:14 left. Ball pushed up. And Grizzlies there screaming for a timeout. We're able to get it. All right, Goffstown looking to retain possession here with a minute left here in the period, seeing if they might be able to get a play close this gap again back down to 2. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, from that timeout here from Goffstown. Goffstown was able to get a turnover in the middle of the field and drive the ball down right about to where the restraining line is. They're just a little bit inside, 10 yards in, maybe around the 25-20, and called timeout. Pulled out the whiteboard, drew up a play here, kind of talked some strategy, and see if they can put one in here again before the half, see if they can close the gap to 2. Sydney Lavoie with the ball starting off. And bringing the ball down through X. Ball down to Gabby Millis. Pushed out to Peyton Duff. Looks like a screen here by White. Pushed inside. Nice catch there in traffic by Paige Winters. Way to cut through, get a goal attempt, but still also retain possession. Trinity Lunn on the outside, looking to see if she can drive. A little bit of a hard throw there to Sydney Lavoie. And down by her hip, unfortunately, that's a turnover there for the Grizzlies. And overthrow there, and good hustle there, good hustle play for the Grizzlies. Laura Cuddy with the ground ball. Five seconds. Okay, so the official there called a green card just for a delay of game. Pulled that out. He's writing that down just as a notation. Again, there's 3 seconds left here in the period. Grizzlies going to try to huck this down. A little bit of an overthrow, and that is the end of the second quarter, where the Cavaliers have built up a 3-goal lead. Kind of finding a pretty common formula for there. They've a lot of patience up top, being able to drive the ball from that top corner. A lot of drives, a lot of 8-meter opportunities for them, being able to get 6 points on the board for them. Your Goffstown Grizzlies, similar fashion, a lot of patience, being able to show some in their offensive set. Sydney Lavoie being able to get down onto that 8-meter area, being able to get on the board for the Goffstown Grizzlies. Looks like both teams here are going to regroup and come out swinging, I'm sure. It's a pretty big Divisional 2 game here, especially with the way that the league has gone so far this year. Wins matter everywhere right now. Thank you, guys. We're going to take a break here for halftime, and it's showing 4:22 on the clock, and we will be right back. And hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are back to our contest here, the Varsity Girls Lacrosse, Goffstown Girls Grizzlies, and the Hollis-Brookline Cavaliers, where they're winning 6-3 over the Grizzlies. Start here of the third quarter. And draw control out, where Hollis has been doing pretty well on the loose ground balls. And Sydney Lavoie, great ground ball, way to stay with that. Seeing if she can push the Goffstown Grizzlies back into an offensive set here and get them down to 2-goal deficit. That was a sphere call. Grizzlies will retain possession. And looks like we had a little bit of head contact maybe on that play there. I apologize. I got pulled away up and down. I don't have the specific details, but the official felt something egregious enough there to be able to put a yellow card. So at 11:35, referee's a little bit too far away, but I think he's... Okay, so the reason for that yellow card was he had given a previous green card earlier for a delay of game, because whenever there's a stoppage of play, the player needs to be able to go behind. And the official looks like he stopped play here again, just doing a count. Looks like they're doing a count. Okay, looks like the officials are coming together here, just doing some counts here. Talking through the moment here just to make sure they get this right. I always like to see the officials come together. That's a good thing. That way they can make sure they communicate about the correct call. Where? No. Well, it looks like the officials had a little bit of a long consult there, and in their determination, it looked like the Grizzlies were too many girls on the field. Sydney Lavoie, great hustle play, being able to get that turnover. McKenna Fisher with the ball. As I apologize, we're going to be dealing with some solar glare here on this end of the field. Ball up to Thea Susi, and a little bit of an extension there. Thea trying to turn the corner. Eyes up, finds the open player. Great job in clearing the ball. Ella Coletti, opportunity here to be able to push the ball on offense. Okay, a little bit of extra contact there by number 11. I'm sorry, number 4. That looks to put Sydney Lavoie on the 8-meter mark. So natural lefty, this is actually a good spot. She still has great angle to shoot to here. And tries that short side. Hollis goalie closed that off. And still closer to the ball when that ball went out, unfortunately. Hollis-Brookline looking to clear. Pushed out to the side and trying to test the middle here. Goffstown's ride has been pretty good so far today. Gabby Millis with a ground ball. Great ground ball here in traffic. And again, I apologize about my camera skills, everybody. Ball pushed up to Trinity Lund. Mishandled there. Looked like an empty check. Gabby Millis. Great hustle. Go through the... And that looks like Abby Dubriel. Great look up ahead. Finds Lily Connor. And no, pushes it over. Sydney Lavoie. Great hustle all around by the Grizzlies, not giving up on the play. Being able to scrap that ball up off the ground. Big push up front. And Sydney Lavoie from Lily Connor. Great hustle overall by the Grizzlies. That closes the gap to 2. We have 9:01 left here in the third quarter. Again, apologize everybody. This is a one-man crew with a camera trying to broadcast and do your overlay all at once. So apologize, it's not a perfect broadcast today. And ball out to the circle. Sydney Lavoie on that ground ball. Pushes it up to Gabby Millis. A little bit of an overthrow. And does it stay in? Nope, that reached the end line. Turnover there for the Grizzlies. And Hollis trying to push the ball out really quickly here. And White through the sphere. Sorry, we're blocked by the building, guys. Ride here by the Grizzlies. Hollis finding some open space, trying to change fields, finding some open space, being able to push the ball up for, it's looking to be a successful clear. And some heavy contact there, heading up to the 8-meter line. Number 14 knocked down. Looking like she's gonna draw an 8-meter draw opportunity here. And Dom Webb standing tall with the stick up high right there. Trinity Lund with a ground ball coming out like out of a cannon. Didn't see the Hollis-Brookline defender, who's cut that right off right in front of Sydney Lavoie. Goffstown making these great stops and then unfortunately turning that ball right back over, putting them back on that defensive front again. A little bit of heavy pressure here by White, trying to see if they can keep McKenna Fisher. Easy with that stick. Good try there. A little aggressive with her stick there. They felt through the sphere. And okay, White started a little bit too early there. So they reset it, and Hollis-Brookline with the ball. Getting a little bit of solar glare here, everybody. As much as for me, I believe the camera as well. I'm hoping things are lined up for you correctly here. Nice save there by Dom Webb, really kind of pinching off that corner. And ball pushed up over to McKenna Fisher. Again, eyes up again. Ball moves faster than the girl. Great job by the Grizzlies getting the ball up the field. Ella Coletti pushing the ball down, trying to get the Grizzlies into their offensive set. See if they can turn this turnover, change of fields, and get this down to a 1-goal deficit. We have 6:19 left in the third period. Again, I apologize about the overlay, everybody not hitting the button to start that. Sydney Lavoie directing traffic a little bit here, showing a lot of patience today. Good leadership up there, up top with the ball. Gabby Millis with the ball, seeing if she can find an opening. Looks over to Peyton Duff. Peyton Duff with a touch, seeing if she can drive the lane down the middle. Finds Sydney Lavoie inside and draws shooting space on number 4. Good job by the Grizzlies getting the ball inside, catching that extra defender. Again, shooting space is when a defender obstructs the clear path of the shooter toward the cage. Sydney Lavoie, nice low shot and save by the Cavalier goalie. Quick movement to be able to close off that 5-hole. And save for the Cavaliers, seeing if they can clear the ball out now. Good offensive pressure there by the Grizzlies. And, sorry, lost. We have the house here in the way. The Cavaliers really pushing the ball up the field. Good speed all around with a lot of players that we've seen clearing the ball here. And ball looked inside. Good crash by the Grizzlies and called for a sphere call. That's going to put the Cavaliers on the 8-meter. Dominic Webb setting up for her attempt at stopping that 8-meter. So White with an early entry, so that's going to give Blue an extra opportunity here. And good crash by the Grizzlies. Got the ball on the ground. Ella Coletti with the ground ball. Pushes up to Thea Susi. Good ground ball there. Finds the open girl. And that's a hold on Blue. White ball. ball pushed back. Diasusi with a run up the side, able to give a successful clear here to the Grizzlies. And Grizzlies into their offensive set. Trinity Lund with the ball. Looks across. Finds Paige Winters. Out to the side. 55. Pushed inside by the Grizzlies. That's Sinead Brunton in for the Grizzlies. And that wasn't a shot, so that was a pass. That made it to the end line, so that's a turnover there. And the Grizzlies back on defense. Cavaliers trying to clear the ball. Cavaliers looking to go back, change sides of the field. A little bit of pressure there applied by the Grizzlies. And Cavaliers push it across that 30. That's a successful clear for them. Good look inside. Good stick by Amelia Cole, cutting down that cross crease pass. Good stick again by Amelia Cole. See if she comes up with this ground ball. That's a hold by White. Just unfortunate that little bit of a rake there just caused a little bit of a hold. Great battle by the Grizzlies though. Trinity Lund looking to push out and apply some pressure. Number 8 right by, finds a girl in the middle, turns and shoots. And they're giving that to Blue. Blue is closer to the end line there on the shot, so they retain possession. Good cut inside, dodge inside by number 11. And rip and score. Hollis-Brookline there, number 11. She's been the quarterback, kind of driving things most of the day. She now puts the Cavaliers up 7-4. With 1:06 left in the third period. I apologize, I didn't catch the last name there, but that was Sabrina for Hollis-Brookline with that goal. .106 here left in the third period. Cavaliers up 7-4. Ball squirted out. Sydney Lavoie, stick on it, see if she chases it down, and great ground ball there, great hustle. Sorry, we're blocked by the building. And looks like pushed up by Ella Coletti. Ball back behind to Lily Connor. .37 seconds left here. Pushed into Peyton Duff, drives. No shooting space there. And Lily Connor tried to pull that in right on the end line with that ground ball. Unfortunately, just got away and pushed out the Blue here. 17 seconds left. See if they can push the ball up the field or the Grizzlies can get a turnover. Great pressure here by the Grizzlies, seeing if they can get that turnover. Cavaliers trying to change fields, where usually that open girl is found there. And that is the end of the third quarter. So Hollis-Brookline Cavaliers 7, your Goffstown Grizzlies 4. I'm going to take a 2-minute break here, and we will be right back heading into the fourth quarter. And welcome back, everybody, here to the start of the fourth quarter. And ball's up and controlled by the Grizzlies. Trinity Lund with the ground ball there, trying to push the ball down the side. Holding on to possession here for the Grizzlies. Seeing if she can get the ball down through X. And Grizzlies looking to get into their offensive set. Ball up to Sydney Lavoie. Over to Lily Connor. And Hollis-Brookline sitting here pushing out. Little flip here to Peyton Duff, trying to test the middle. And called for an offensive foul. Looked like she had the dodge in the inside track there. First offensive call here. A little bit of overthrow by the Cavaliers and picked up by Ella Coletti. And that was in her sphere. Ball pushed up to Sydney Lavoie. And Sydney Lavoie seeing some space. Finds Gabby Millis behind. Gabby Millis bringing the ball to the outside. Finds Paige Winters. Ball pushed back up to Sydney Lavoie. Grizzlies again have been kind of find a little bit of an uphill battle. They get the ball, get some turnovers, get the ball back here, and see if they can put one home in this offensive set. Picked by Sydney Lavoie. Peyton Duff looking to go to cage. Nice shot on that top right side. Just sneaks that right in by the goalie. Great shot selection there by Peyton Duff on the run. I think that caught the goalie there a little bit by surprise, as we haven't had too many outside shots for the Grizzlies today, and that got on her pretty quickly. That brings the game here 7-5. Grizzlies are down by 2. We are at 10-17 here in the fourth quarter. Ball back out to the middle here for the draw. And again, for everybody that's stuck with me for this broadcast, I bless you. Thank you very much. Again, one-man show trying to do all these pieces for you. Ball's up in the air, squirted out. Trinity Lund with a good effort there. Grizzlies unable to come up with it. Was able to squirt it back over to Blue. Blue picked it up. That's number 11 for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers seeing if they can get an offensive set here and work some time off this clock, and at the same time, too, try to get a good offensive opportunity. And that was an empty check call on the Cavaliers, and White trying to push the ball forward. Sydney Lavoie pushing the ball up to the side. Trinity Lund down the midi. Gabby Millis up ahead. Looks like she had an opening. And at this point in the game, good smart play there by Sydney Lavoie, trying to keep possession, make sure the Grizzlies get a good opportunity and a good look. Sydney Lavoie waiting for the Grizzlies to set up, and looks like a play call here. White's pushing out. Gabby Millis behind. Ball pushed up to Lily Connor, seeing if she can test that spot. Over to Sydney Lavoie inside. Nice save there by the goalie. And looks like White had reached into the crease area. And that's going to go to the Cavaliers. Great inside look there by the Grizzlies. Just unfortunately wasn't able to cash home on that. Grizzlies going to ride here again, see if they can get the ball back. Good outside check there by Lily Connor. And Hollis-Brookline found that. Ground ball, able to get that right back. Trinity Lund with a good ride here. Right up to that restraining line. And the Cavaliers back into their offensive set. Again, Cavaliers here, chance to show some, I apologize, can't talk, chance to show some patience. Number 11 here, who's been the quarterback all day for the Cavaliers. Great patience, great control. Good first step. creating a lot of offensive opportunities for them. A little bit of Peyton Duff with an extension check there. Lots of cutters backside. Amelia Cole, a little bit of pressure here. Trying to see if we can force the Cavaliers into a turnover or an errant throw. .6:52 left here to play. And number 11 looking to see if she can sweep across the top. She's been doing all day. Going to that strong right hand. Right into Peyton Duff's check, and she got the ball on the ground, but the Cavaliers with the ground ball. Looks like from back here, that looks like McKenna Fisher tried going for the check, was called for being in the sphere. And we have a procedure call called on blue. So Goffstown was called on that earlier too, where the girl just didn't establish herself in play or set and just kind of went right into motion before the whistle was blown. Good roll back there by White. 4-on-1. And good pressure ride there by official. Just kind of stop and play there, just to reiterate, just with that hard check there, making sure no injuries will come about with Thea Susi on that pick off, just going to the ground. And looked ahead there, and number 8 again for the Cavaliers. I believe that's third cause turnover. In that manner, she's just kind of waiting on those passes by the Grizzlies. And she's driving home, and that's going to draw a yellow card. A little bit of an aggressive check there. That was top to bottom for a check. So some people might say the stick was hanging down by her side, which is a good check. However, the defender has to be in control of that motion. They can't go all the way up and all the way to the ground. Good hustle play there by the Grizzlies. And that drew a yellow card. That'll put the Grizzlies down here at 5:20. Down 7-5. And Cavaliers in a good situation here. They're up a girl, so they have a chance to kill 2 minutes off the clock here with a 2-goal lead. So 2 opportunities here. They can try to go to goal, which most likely they will probably just try to kill the clock, because the clock is more of their friend in this situation right now. So basically just kind of playing keep away from the Grizzlies until they reset and come back in. And that'll make it a little bit tighter for the Grizzlies, because that'll be about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And goal by number 11. And we got 4:33 here left in the period. Sorry about the clock overlay there. So good patience by the Cavaliers, trying to find that open spot. They found that open lane where, again, number 11, I believe I heard them say Sabrina, has been showing her offensive prowess all day. Being able to get up to that top right corner, drive to that strong right hand, creating lane after lane, if not getting an opportunity for herself. A great look inside for any of her teammates. And we have a procedure call on White. Looks like they went a little bit early. And ball to the Cavaliers. Sun has finally gone down here with 4 minutes left in the game, making it a little bit easier for everybody to see here. So thank you again, everybody, for bearing with us on a very rookie broadcast. Cavaliers, again, content just to kill this. They have up until, I believe, 3:20 before the penalty is released. That gives them a chance just to kill some clock, having a girl down for the Grizzlies. Again, puts them in the driver's seat to be able to try to finish this. They get an opportunity here to put another one on, and 4-goal differential could put this game away for the Cavaliers. And penalty is released. Sydney Lavoie coming into the defensive set, and McKenna Fisher coming back on for the Grizzlies. And Cavaliers now definitely are going to be looking to just kill some clock. If they're going to go behind, Grizzlies need to be able to pressure behind if they're going to try to get the ball back. Cavaliers turn the corner, eyes are up, finds a girl backside, shot. And that looks like White closest to the ball. Nope. We have Cavaliers. Cavaliers were closer to the ball on that end line, so they retain possession. 2:39 left in the game. And nice save by Dominic Webb there. Followed even that up and down fake. Decides to go back, gets the ball into her defender's hands. See from here, that looks like Laura Cuddy. Laura Cuddy eyes up, pushes that ball up the field, and now it's a foot race. And Lily Connor with the ball. Eyes up, sees Sydney Lavoie. And another save by Hollis, number 24, right on the doorstep. Some life there for the Grizzlies, and it looks like they just, number 24, it's another save for her, just took that life right away. Get it. And Cavaliers were able to scoop up that ground ball. 1:26 left to play. And White looking to have to push out to see if they can cause an errant throw. Pressure all the way out for the White, trying to see if they can cause an errant throw or push into a double team. Hollis looking inside, behind the back shot, and backed up by Dominic Webb. .30 seconds left in the game. Nice catch there by Thea Susi. See if she can push the ball up the field. Sorry for the camera there, everybody. 10 seconds left. Good pressure ride here by Hollis-Brookline, trying to make sure that they can just get the clock killed. Ball over to Sydney Lavoie, and no time left. And the Cavaliers had come into Goffstown. Pull out a pretty gritty win here, 8-5. Lots of ground balls, lots of good defensive play. A lot of patience shown by both teams. Really, really good contest, fun contest to watch. Thank you, everybody. That again, if you made it this far in the game, you are a blessed soul, and being able to deal with some rookie camera work, along with trying to organize the other pieces for you. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you again here at the Grizzlies home field.